just as pretty much what I told him last night, that I was very proud of the way that we played. Unfortunately for us, we ran into a guy that is the best closer in the game, and without him, we probably could have gotten over the hump. And with him, he just wouldn't allow us to do that. So, but I thought the effort was there. I thought we played, extremely hard. I thought we all played, to try to accomplish a goal, and that was to try to get to the NBA Finals, and it didn't work out. But as I said to our players also, that we will not look at this as a negative in any way. I think what we accomplished this year as a team, and the way they played, and the improvements that we made, and the way the young guys, got better, and the leadership that we had, all of those things are real positive, and we'll try to take those, and we'll try to, try to grow from there.
People, obviously, when it ends up, they start asking about next year. What does this team need to do to get over the hump?
Well, you need to have Kobe Bryant go somewhere else. That's the first thing. But I think in general, we have to continue to improve. We got to get our young guys even better than they were. Robin and Goran, and add Earl to the mix. And there's a lot of things that I think we'll just have to improve on and see how that works out. But we're happy with the way we played this season. We know that we'll have to get better. We're going to try to make the next step.
What kind of about Amari in terms of him? How much do you want him back? How much do you see?
Well, we like our whole team. I said that we like to have our whole team back. The chemistry on this team worked well, and Amari made great strides this year. I think worked hard to improve this defense. Got better offensively, shot the ball better. Was just he stepped up as a leader on this team, and obviously we'd like to have him back. That's something that we'll have an opportunity to sit down and talk to him, and we'll go from there.
Alvin, what role will you play in that process, just in terms of talking to Amari?
Oh, I'll talk to him. I mean, Steve and Robert and everyone, and we'll sit down, Dave Griffin and everyone, and we'll, at some stage, we'll sit down and we'll talk to him and, see what his thinking is. I mean, I wouldn't read anything into the fact if he did decide to opt out and test the free agent market. I mean, that's kind of, things that you would expect, I think, really. But if you ask him if we want him back, yeah, we want him back. My GM, I'm not going anywhere without my GM now. Yeah. I think Steve has done Steve's done a great job, and obviously he took a lot of hits. He's the same guy. He's always been a brilliant basketball mind, and I think some of the trades that was made was prejudged. And if you look at what happened with Jared Dudley and Jason Richardson right now, everybody's talking about what a great trade that was, and that wasn't the case last year or whatever. And I think sometimes you have to let things just kind of play the course before you make judgments on them. And Steve knows what he's doing, and we got a great working relationship, and I'm extremely happy that he's here, and I hope he's going to be here for a long time.
What kind of role do you think?
Me too. Okay. I better throw that in too. Okay, me too. All right.
What kind of role do you think Earl's going to play for you guys next year?
I think Earl made a lot of improvements this year. Unfortunately for him, at his position, we had Grant Hill, we had Jared Dudley. We could play Jason Richardson there. We could move a lot of guys around, even Channing some. I told Earl I think that he made great improvements. I'll be really disappointed if he's not a part of our rotation next year. I think he'll work hard in the summer. I think the big thing with him is that he really learned what it takes, to be an NBA player. He's around great guys as far as being a true professional. He got much better, and I expect for him to play next year. I really do.
With Grant and Jared, though, I mean, they're back too.
Yeah, but I still think he'll play. I think he's a multiple position guy. He's kind of that hybrid 4-man, 3-man that you can stick out there and do some things. So I look for him to be, part of the mix next year.
Goran obviously got you guys back in it last night, but now that you look back, any regrets about leaving him in late in that fourth and when you waited a little while to go to Nashville?
No. I don't ever regret things like that. You know, he played great. He got us back in the game, and you know, we took a timeout and got Steve back in the game, but he was playing great, and there was no reason to take him out.
What, in terms of Steve's year and the agelessness of him, but so many people are saying, God, isn't it too bad this guy still never played in the finals? Do you feel for a guy like that as he gets, obviously there's only so
Well,
many
you know, I do feel for him personally. I don't think that Steve judged anything by the fact that he hadn't, you know, been to the finals or won a championship. You know, I don't know if you can define anyone, you know, because of that right there. I mean, if you do that, then you have to talk about John Stockton and Karl Malone, which I find to be ridiculous to say. You know, sometimes, you know, you're in a situation where you're just not able to win a championship. You know, we've had a great run here. When Steve got in here, we've been to 3 Western Conference Finals. You know, there's not a whole lot of people that can say that. And we just hadn't been able to get over the hump. You know, we played San Antonio. We don't get over the hump against them. They've got 2 banners hanging in there when they beat us in the playoffs. You know, we lose to the Lakers, and they're going to have an opportunity to win the championship. So it doesn't always work out. That doesn't. I don't think that has any bearing on the way you think about Steve or the way it's looked or perceived or anything like that. I mean, there's a lot of people, you know. Dan Marino didn't win a championship. And you can go to all the sports and talk about guys that did win a championship, but I don't think that has anything to do with their legacy or what goes on there.
Still has a chance, too, right?
Yeah, I hope we have a chance. You know, we look next year to line up and play, and hopefully we'll continue to improve our team, and we'll try to get better, and we'll try to find a way to advance a little bit farther than we did this year.
How gratifying was it for you personally this year to work with these guys and see them kind of become so much better than anybody expected?
Well, I told everyone that it's the best experience that I've had, you know, as a head coach in this league, and you know, I've been at a few places. You know, I like the way you guys laugh at that. You know? but I've been at a few places, but this really have been an enjoyable year, simply because I think everyone was just on the same page. You know, I told someone from our owner all the way down to the last guy on the team, I just thought that everybody was on the same page. Everyone had the same goals in mind. Everyone kind of had the same idea of how we could achieve those goals. So it was a franchise, I thought, that was just right on track with each other. So it was fun coaching these guys, fun dealing with Steve, you know, fun talking with Robert and trying to figure out how we can get our team better. And I think that's what it comes down to.
How important for you guys was it that started weeks before training camp even?
Important. I mean, we tried to establish all of this in training camp, and once we got there and Steve and those guys took over the leadership role, it got really easy for me. You know, they did a good job of monitoring the locker room, and you know, we eliminated any major problems because we took the small problems and we talked about them and we got them solved before they became big problems.
Was there a point during the season where you thought, you know, we really got a chance to be good,
Well,
as good as it turned out?
I know you guys are going to think that's crazy, but it's after we finished going 12-18, and there was not one guy that wavered at all or pointed fingers or anything. And you know, I knew at some stage, because even during that stretch, guys, if you guys can remember, we played great basketball. We just didn't finish games. We would be up 14 and we'd lose the league. We'd be up 17, we'd lose the league. But we were playing pretty good basketball. And I thought at some stage it would all come together if we continue to work. And then right after the All-Star game, it kind of all came together for us.
There's still the perception, you hear it all over the place, that this team still doesn't play defense. Is that, I think you
Who's saying that?
People who aren't
Chris
standing,
Webber.
people who aren't standing around right here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about, the national.
But you know what, guys, we can't, as a team, we can't worry about what people's perception, what their perception are of us. I think what we have to do is that if we believe in ourselves, then that's the only thing that matters. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we lost last night. There was 2 teams left playing, and you know, at that time it was 3 because Boston had just defeated Orlando. You know, we ended up losing last night. There's a whole lot of teams that wasn't there. So if they want to say that we don't play defense or whatever they want to talk about, you know, we don't worry about that. That's fine. Let them talk about it. You know, we'll just continue to do what we do and try to get better.